Welcome to the No Idea Zone. I'm Stephen Lolli. We have no idea how we even have a zone. Honestly, this may cut off. This is truly when we say the No Idea Zone. We're not kidding. This is a situation where, hey, Davey, that's our first guest. And as our guests come in, I'll just welcome them because we really have no fucking clue as to how this is happening or how this even becomes a thing. We're really bored, lonely people with nothing to do, and we invite you, other more bored and lonelier people than we are, to share in our boredom and loneliness, which is one step more active than yours. Basically, I keep my Neutrogena hand lotion in the background so you understand just the state of life that we're living in these days, that I'm living in. I don't want to keep anything from you. That's why I have guests on like Davey Wester, a longtime Comedy Store veteran, regular, and friend, one of the funniest road warrior comics in the world. We're going to have another guest join us. But hey, Davey, can you hear us? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, buddy. What's up?
Hey, man, it's like Mad Max, the Mad Max sequel reboot, just trying to get into this show and make it happen, man.
Oh, dude, hey, I actually just downloaded Zoom because I had no need for it, but I thought I'd get on this show and have a good time and be positive.
Let's be positive. Thank you for mentioning that. That we definitely need to be positive. I need that. I needed that to be said to me by someone I respect. The thing is about Zoom, and now I'm going to say something negative, but it has to be said. They just cut us off whenever they finish with us. That whenever they feel our episode is recorded too long, they just cut us off. So I wanted to start it immediately instead of waiting for everybody to get here and all that shit. So what are you doing, man? How's life? You're in. Tell us where you're at first of all.
Oh, I'm in the great state of Kentucky, man. I'm in the great state of Kentucky right now. We got rabbits running through the yard. Went to Walmart this morning. Wasn't that busy. The trick is when you go to Walmart, go at 8 o'clock, on a Monday. Don't ever go on the weekend if you want to survive. So.
Okay.
I don't know. I just thought I'd share that for Walmart survival tips.
No, that's good. There's people out there who are listening. The 15 to 17 people who watch this show.
Maybe we put it on some gaming networks, man. Get up on the gaming thing.
Yeah. Maybe maybe one idea is we could game while we're on here. We could, even though I'm not a gamer. Are you a gamer?
No, I don't even own a PlayStation. I can pretend like, AB, or whatever. I don't know.
So what I would have to do is surrender this valuable show to unfunny people who do know how to play games instead of having funny people who don't know how to play games. If we knew how to play games, our careers, our sex lives, everything would be just games in general is what life's about, And people who aren't good at game playing, it just doesn't work out well. So we end up just talking shit with each other about, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm got my Winstons here for the coronavirus.
I like that.
Yeah.
I especially like that we took a road trip together and Davey did not fucking smoke in the car.
Yeah.
Did not smoke in the car. This is a 5 or 6 hour drive, right?
Yeah. No, I don't. You don't smoke, dude. I'm not going to smoke with people that don't smoke. It's rude.
I appreciate that, Davey.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm positive. I felt stupid today, man. Like, because they just enacted the mask law, so I got my little fancy mask because I just don't. I'm not worried about it, but I'm not a person that wants to be a part of the uprising. I'm just not that type of dude anymore. I'm 40. Uprising seems kind of.
There's some older folks out there at the courthouse. There's some older folk. You just think, what is it with them? What do you think?
Oh, dude, everybody's just tired of watching Gunsmoke and Bonanza. That's how I think about it. I mean, I was watching old episodes. How you doing out there, though, man?
I'm doing. I could use some female company, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good, man. I got nothing too much to complain about. My main complaints are that this show is a great thing to have. I'm grateful for it, but it's a giant fucking pain in the ass to. I just wanted it to be something where I'd wake up, push a button, get on, talk some shit with my buddies, and then get off. It's much more responsibility than that, and it's stressful. And but other than that, everything's good. I live in a beautiful place. I got plenty of toilet paper. I found toilet paper at a good price. I got plenty of food. My stimulus, my unemployment came through. I'm good, man. I'm cool. I'm cool for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I go. I'm gonna head up and work at a factory here in a week or so.
You're working.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where so you're an essential worker? Is that what you would be described as?
Just somebody that's dumb enough to go into a factory. I don't call that essential.
I didn't know factories were still open in this country. I thought they'd all been shipped to India.
No. We this company it's a subsidiary of 3M, and I've worked there a couple times. Whenever I just need to, like, how I am. I'm like, I get bored. I have a couple weeks off. I'm like, most people want to go to Jamaica or something like that. I just go to a factory and work. I don't know. I just, that's how I'm built.
You gotta keep busy. You gotta keep doing shit.
Yeah, I mean, and let's be real. I mean, I don't see us doing stand-up for another 6 months. I mean, in reality.
Well, they're saying September. September is when theaters and clubs and nightclubs will reopen. I mean, I don't know if that's accurate or what.
I mean, but that's the problem with doing the road, because everything from the road is going to vary from state to state. So if you have like here in Kentucky, we can't have over 50 people at the end of July. And then West Virginia, because West Virginia don't give a fuck, but they'll have different parameters. There's different parameters in Tennessee, and that's 20 miles away from me right now.
But it sounds like you actually, as a road warrior, road comic, will be working sooner than the city comics will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate because I know, I knew venues that were breaking the law in Oklahoma that aren't even worried about it. So, and these are people with multiple businesses, so they're not worried about their financial. But there's going to be a lot of places that I used to perform that are going to close down. You just got to find new connections. Let's be honest about it. A lot of these. There's going to be clubs in LA that close down after this. We can't. And
hopefully the Ha Ha Cafe.
Oh, I like the Ha Ha. I was rooting for the Flappers.
It's funny how we're all rooting for a different club to go under. That's funny. Everybody has different grudge shit,
Yeah, I mean, there's I'm like, all right, maybe I'll get better road shit because less people want to go work the road for a while. For at least, I mean, I know a lot of LA comics that are just like, I'm going to stay in town because I just don't want to risk it.
Well, plenty of comics are staying in town because they don't have connections on the road to begin with,
Yeah.
So, but for the ones who have the luxury of touring, yeah, I mean, especially if you're older or you have some immune shit, like if you're over 60, the road might not be the friendliest place right now for you, health-wise.
Yeah, I mean, the road. Yeah, I mean, you live like shit on the road anyway. It's like you try. I mean, I'm actually thought about doing yoga the other day. That's how bored I was.
Wow. Did you, how far did you get? Did you watch a tutorial or anything?
It was DDP, Diamond Dallas Page's yoga.
So professional wrestling yoga.
Yeah, why not?
WWF yoga. Now, does the yoga involve intertwining with another person?
No. I was like, it's actually a really, like, it's not even like, it helps people. Like, he built it, like, he was a I mean, because I knew his girlfriend back in the day. He built it for bodies that struggle and like have like pain and stuff like that. So, and it's like, wow, if he can get like Jake the Snake's body better, like, and other people, I mean,
Maybe
there's
you.
other, yeah, it's not, because I can't, dude, I was trying to do push-ups. I've been doing them, but I can't do push-ups like I used to because my legs start hurting. I'm like, oh, dude, I definitely am getting older. I am definitely 40 years old now. Because there used to be a time I could turn out push-ups like crazy, but
How far did you get with the yoga? Let's be real with the yoga. How
uh,
when you
I'm, I mean, I'm doing a little. It's not even yoga. It's just exercise.
stretching? Just
Yeah,
stretching.
yeah. I'm not going to be doing headstands on the wall. That's not happening yet.
What about like, because I ride a bike. Is it
No.
is it is it nice enough out in Kentucky to ride a bike to just get out, get some exercise?
Yeah, like, but I've never. I can ride a bicycle. I just never liked riding bicycles. Um, just I don't know, wasn't my thing. I don't know. I always felt like a Mormon missionary if I was riding a bicycle. I felt weird. I
And that's
don't
a
know.
strange hang up. You saw some funky people riding bicycles at a young age. You saw
Yeah,
some embarrassing people on bicycles.
yeah. I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, I like driving. What I do for fun though, sometimes just to break the monotony of being bored, I'll get in my car and I'll
Yeah.
just turn off my GPS, and I've driven all around Warren County in Kentucky, not knowing the roads or whatever, and just trying to find my way out of it without a GPS.
These are the adventures of a quarantine man. These
Yeah,
are the adventures of the pandemic. You know what's so funny is it sounds so ridiculous, but right now it sounds like amazing to me. It sounds amazing. I wish I could do that. I wish, oh, that sounds like so free.
yeah. Here, like, it was weird because, like, when I went back to Walmart, I like, because they enacted the law, so I thought I'd be like, everybody would be wearing masks, and I felt stupid wearing my mask at Walmart because they weren't enforcing the law here. So I was like, oh, I'm just itching my face for no apparent reason. But
Right.
and I
How was the
mean,
COVID? Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's bad down here. It's bad everywhere, I guess. I don't know. I stopped watching the news like 3 weeks ago. I just I'll watch it for like one. I watch the news like once a week just to see what's going on, what the rules are, or whatever. But that's usually on a Friday, so I can get caught up on all the stuff of the week. And but that way I'm not oversaturated with the shit, like to get paranoid, get sad or depressed. I have a
Right.
routine. You
Yeah, you know
can't.
what, Davey? I don't think you're alone, man. I peek in once every couple of days. Do you know why? Just to see if there's any good news. Like,
Yeah,
hey, this thing is calming down, and so I peeked in a few days ago and I saw, LA's opening some things up. Some things opened up in California.
yeah,
So gradually things are going to start opening up again, and that's good news. That makes me feel good. And like you say, it's positive, and you need that. You need to mostly the positive. You don't need to be in a paranoia echo chamber. There's nothing healthy about that.
and that it is fun to, like, they actually on Sunday they did open church services here in Kentucky with like conscientious, whatever that is, the spacing thing. So social distancing, yeah, that's what it is.
Right. Everybody sits like 10 feet apart or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, there was a church I was going to that they already did that, because I don't go to, like, if I go to church, I don't go to like super churches. I go to the church that belongs in a shopping mall, and It's like, you know
Which
that.
kind of church? I don't know what that is. What kind of church is that?
I don't know what it is. It's just not very many people. So I don't have to interact with very many people to begin with when I go to church.
You
I
don't want to
don't,
feel like you're going to a concert or a like a
yeah,
convention when you go to church.
yeah. I'm there for myself, and then I drop my little $2 entrance fee in the bucket, and I just, I don't, because the church I go to down the street, they have like connect with us on da da da. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just, I don't want to connect with people. I'm not.
You want to do your part. You want to come your day, your Sunday or your Saturday or whatever day it is.
Yeah, and I want to see if they're like, I'm there for Jesus and to see if there's any attractive women there. And I'm hopeful one day there'll be attractive women. But
How long has it been since you saw an attractive woman at church?
probably 19 when I was 19. Yeah.
And but you still have hope in your heart. You still have faith. You still have faith that you will one day that you will see an attractive woman at church. You know, if you went to those mega church conventions, you probably have a better chance.
Yeah, but that's just annoying. That's just annoying. I want to
Not
listen
worth it.
to. No, I mean, I've been to like Oasis in LA, and it's just like a bunch of ex porn stars that, like, hey, I used to take loads on my face. Oh, all right, Jesus can forgive you, but I'm annoyed by you right now.
It
I guess.
sounds like you're mainly annoyed by large groups of people in general, unless you're entertaining them.
Yeah, yeah. It's just there's no need to like. I don't know. Maybe because I grew up in a small town, so it's just like.
I didn't grow up in a small town. I'm exactly like you. The only time I want to be in a
Right.
large group, the only time I want to be in a large group of people, or even out at night. I don't know if this applies to you as well. Even out at night, I don't want to be out at night unless I'm entertaining people in comedy. Otherwise, I want to be the fuck home.
See, I'm not there. I like being out. I do like being out. I don't know. Like it depends on what I'm doing when I'm out. Like
Yeah, what do you do? Give us some of your nocturnal activities.
well, now or like when I was younger.
Well, not now, and from the days of pre-pandemic, the days of pre-plague.
So like what we would do like what I like I like going to like honky tonk bars like in Oklahoma. That's a good time. Because usually like there's a bar I go to. My buddy owns actually now called Tipsy's, and he bought it. But the first time I went there, I just like confrontation, like not a physical confrontation. I usually get in an argument and I have a good time with that when I'm at a bar with people. Uh, that's fun to me, like having an argument with people. Not an argument, just like being confrontational.
Do you look for that one person who's going to be the most fun to antagonize, or
No,
do you,
they usually find me. They usually find me. They're like, you know what? Um, I never tell. Yeah, this is a story I tell. Is this girl, this fat chubby lady at Tipsy's one time when we were hanging out there because I was being quiet, just watching people. She goes, "Are you autistic?" I said, "Are you happy at your house and your life and uh, like, are you happy with your life choices? Are you happy being a miserable fat homebody wife that drinks too much?" He goes, "No." So that's your answer for autistic, bitch. That's what I like. That's how. And then she was quiet the rest of the night, and that was satisfying to me. You know.
so did you move on from her, or was that it? Was that shut everybody up?
Well, first of all, I didn't know I was in Oklahoma. I thought I was still in Arkansas at the time, and so
Okay.
and then I went up, and when we walked into the door, some old boy came up to me. He goes, you could see I had this look of like just angsty, wanting to start shit. He was like, "Boy, you just be nice to people." I'm like, I'm trying, I'll try." And then I was like, I started calling all these people fake cowboys. And then my buddy turned to me, he goes, you know, you're in Oklahoma. I was like, oh shit, I thought I was still in Arkansas. All right. But, you know.
So how does that different? Are the fake you don't want to call out fake cowboys are more in Arkansas than Oklahoma?
No, just anywhere. Because I grew up, like you kind of know, I grew up in a town that had a high school rodeo team. I'm not a cowboy. I was just like wanting to. There was a guy in Arkansas, like the night before, I think and he like, you know how you can tell a fake cowboy is he has his hat ain't dirty and his boots ain't dirty type dude. And
okay,
like,
no, share this with me. I want to know because I want to be able to heckle fake cowboys.
yeah, no, a fake cowboy is a guy that looks like he just came from Urban Outfitters. A real cowboy don't shop at Boot Barn. I'm going to put that out there too. Boot Barn in the mall. I don't know if you know what Boot Barn is, but.
And by the way, I don't, but if you're Boot Barn watching this, we will take your advertising now that we're plugging you on our show. We will take your endorsement.
Oh, dude, no, it's because like when I buy my boots, I buy my boots at this place in Missouri, and this is how I buy my boots. Is like I walk up to a guy that knows boots, and I go, "Hey, man, I have cerebral palsy, so just pretend I'm an injured bull rider." And in 5 seconds, he finds me the right boot with the right fit. And
oh shit, that's all you need to tell him, huh?
Yeah, like because. Boot Barn, they'll try to sell you McBride boots, which a McBride boot is really hard on your foot and takes about 6 years for it to break in. It's a shitty fucking boot, but it's expensive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This is a lot of boot talk. Like your viewers know how to buy cowboy boots, huh?
They're going to find some shit out on my show. You know, who knows? I never know what my people are going to find out or I'm going to find out. You know, that's part of the charm of the No Idea Zone. We really have no fucking idea.
No. So. What do you have planned for your day, man?
This is it, man. This is the highlight of my day. This is, you know, this and then, well, we were supposed to have another guest, but he never logged in. But this is it. I mean, I've been kind of busy with this show, getting ready, recording episodes, and talking to women online, you know, trying to have a little, really trying to just get a little, like, a feeling like I'm in Shawshank prison and I'm just trying to get some letters from women.
So what dating sites are you using?
I don't, man. I don't use dating sites. I just women connect with women through social media. And I throw a line out like a fisherman. I try to put some good bait on the end of the line, you know, expensive bait. And huh?
Yeah, I mean, I do some of the dating sites. I talk to a lot of robots. That's fun. That's
right.
Usually, like some of them, like, hey, like, can you send me a card because I have to use a payphone? I'm like, oh, all right. I didn't know that there were payphones still around. That's hilarious.
Oh man, I wrote for a comic, an older comic gentleman out here. I wrote for him for about a year, and this was his whole life. He would go on RussianRosebud.com and Cherry Blossom and Asian Melody and all. Oh man, Asian Melody, and he had women from Cameroon and fucking places like that, like asking him for Google cards and gas cards and, you know, telephone cards and all kinds of shit. And they were sending pictures of women. I don't know who these fucking women were, but he knew they were robots. He knew, but this was the action, man. He was getting action.
Yeah, it just feels good to talk to somebody. I don't know how to hit on people on social media. I do. Like, I feel weird about it. So we're like talking about hitting on people. What do you think of this Tara Reid thing?
Well, I mean, I don't know what to think. It's probably real. You know, I don't like Joe Biden anyway. So if Joe Biden goes away, it would make me happy.
I was thinking about which sexual assaulter what people.
I don't know if it's true or not. I do lean to the side of thinking it probably is true because Joe Biden is a creepy old fucker.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I don't know one way or the other. What do you think about it?
I think they're both creepy. Like Trump and Biden together, are just like I don't know. He has
Well,
like people are like the sniffing the hair and the like that sets a pattern. I don't know if he did that with that girl, but I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he did something like that. I I I don't know, man. Like with Biden, I think it's like when the Democrats, when your solution to run for president is to hide your candidate, that's not a like convincing argument. Hey, let's hide him because we don't want anybody to see him. How
you know,
crazy he is.
one could argue the point. It wouldn't be a far-fetched idea that the Democratic Party themselves rolling out a candidate like Joe Biden, maybe their first priority isn't to defeat Donald Trump. Maybe their first priority is to keep their party intact. Because even with all of this happening, I still think that Trump may win. There's part of me that believes Trump might win, even though and you and I and different politics will actually agree. Trump has done a fairly poor job with this, which
Yeah,
is an understatement. Actually, it's a nice way of saying it. He's pretty badly fucked up this whole pandemic thing. Um,
I agree. I mean, but I mean,
he's probably still going to win, though. I think he's
yeah.
still.
I mean, like I was telling somebody, like this is how I looked at it, man. This is in my mind and how I can rationalize how shitty he's doing is like, we're basically when it comes to pandemics, this country is pretty much virgins to it. Like, so you remember the first time you had sex, right? You weren't that good at it. Like you were maybe what 2 minutes.
Thanks for bringing me back there, Davey. Yeah. I think one of the people who actually follows this podcast is the first girl I had sex with. So
She'll leave you a lot of likes and comments. Like he was amazing.
the funniest thing is, I don't think she knows she was the first girl I had sex with.
Oh,
So,
she probably does. They all do. They know the first one, unless it's like I don't know. Maybe that's just
some mysteries are better left unsolved.
yeah. I don't know.
So
Mystery.
go ahead with your pandemic metaphor. We're losing our cherry to the pandemic.
Yeah, we are. So like I mean, look, it has shown you. Like I'm not a fan of any media, like Fox News or CNN. I'm like CNN is like just the whiny little brother that you listen to all the time. I'm like, it's like Como. I was on Chris Como's side for a little bit until he did that whole reveal of him coming out of the fucking goddamn basement. I was like, oh, come on, dude. I was on your team until you did that you made a whole movie out of it. I was like, I get it. All right. You were sick, but now you're just looking ridiculous. Uh, what is your thoughts on cable news, man?
My mind was jumping to a different place when you were saying that. We just watched Bill Maher last night. My roommate and I watched Bill Maher, not because he's a fan of Bill Maher. I could give or take. It was a pretty good episode, but before the episode came on, HBO did this promo with all their fucking trust fund yuppie talent fucks from their shows coming on and doing the sanctimonious fucking promo about how we're all in this together. And I want to like, there's something about celebrities. There's something about celebrities, people who they think they're in the same world that we are. And I want to break my foot off in their ass. I'm like even a fucking plague can't make them, it can't bring the like wisdom to them that they should just shut the fuck up and go away for a while and leave us the fuck alone. I don't need to hear your fucking "We Are the World" speech before I watch a show. That's we're all together. Lena Dunham's fat ass and fucking just these. It just shows me how unvaluable these these pseudo intellectual, no talent cunts are, you know, who add no value to my life, basically, you know, and they're coming on with their little fucking Hallmark card. Anyway, that was my thought about that.
No, I get that. It's like, because it's such a disconnect, because most people don't have like hot tubs and smoking Cuban cigars and, like, you know, I don't know, like the whole. I saw the Madonna video with her roses and her piano player in the bathtub. Did you see that video?
I only saw news headlines about it. I didn't click on it, but I know of what you speak. I know of the context of which you speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and share that with us, since I didn't see it.
Oh no! I watched it and I was like, "Wow, she is really disconnected from the world." Uh, I mean, I don't need to listen. Like, I don't need to listen to Madonna, who used to fuck Jose Canseco and 1,000 other baseball players, about
What
the
about Dennis
truth.
Rodman and Sean Penn? And you want to go down the list of?
Yeah, I'm not like, but it's also like she's probably susceptible because she's got probably hepatitis C or something.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought about it for a second. I mean, just think about all the things that people like in media, right? Like, where they make the mistake is, when I mean media, celebrities, all that stuff, is where they make a mistake is they don't talk to people, they talk down to people. And it just, and that's where the division lies. It's not, I think it's more of, they've been famous for so long, they're like, you know, they're like, why can't all these other people quarantine? Da, da, da. And why are these people? I'm not with protesting, but I understand it. Is these people need to eat? They have a livelihood. They have, like, you think of all the bartenders and all this other stuff that, you know, we don't have a lot of major industries anymore. Like, I'm very fortunate because I can go work at this factory, but that's a dying industry.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Well, this is a much deeper and longer conversation. I mean, to really get into it, I mean, and our politics will eventually collide, because, you know, I'm of the opinion that, and we're running down on 5 minutes, but I want to say this real quick. I'm of the opinion that they put $4 trillion, our government, into Wall Street and the financial sector and their bailout, and they sent everybody a $1,200 check. And, you know, if the education system wasn't so broken in this country, the protesters would be protesting that. In my opinion, the protesters would be protesting that, and not the, you know, beach being closed. You know, or the beach being closed is something they could protest too, but nobody protests this windfall to the rich. You know, and we don't end up with that money. You know, they just end up buying their own stock back. And this is a sick fucking system. And we're left with celebrities to get to the celebrities. We're left to celebrities who are so comfortable and lazy and out of touch that they don't protest that shit either. They're protesting the protesters, you know? So it's a very backward, broken, sad, tragic system. And I pray. And I'm glad you go to church, because that's really.
Politics aside, why people were irritated, is because the bailout went to national chains and stuff like that. And there was a very good, poignant, the only thing that I picked up, and I picked up on this a couple weeks ago, and this lady said, why is Walmart open, but I have to close my store? Because isn't Walmart, like, isn't that where you're more susceptible to catch it than why is a national brand like that get to stay open and I have to close? And that made sense to me. Like, it's like, you know.
Well, what was her company selling? Was it supermarket?
It was a feedlot. It was like farm goods and stuff like that, because they banned the sale of small, if you have X amount of employees in Michigan. It was one of the Michigan protesters. But I mean, it could have been a florist or whatever, like, because you still can buy all that stuff at Walmart. But that coronavirus is still hitting Walmart. If you think about it, it's just
Right,
in a
but
more.
at Walmart you can get toilet paper and food and shit you need, and I mean, I guess a feed store could qualify as that too, because if you have animals, I don't think about that because nobody has animals like that out here really.
Yeah.
I guess that could stay open. I don't know. I guess there's arguments for and against, but
Yeah.
but the feed store should definitely get some kind of bailout. They should get some kind of help.
And that's where they made the mistake in the bailout, is they gave it all. Where I was getting with that was the fact that all these national brand stores got like their loans, and they got quick pro on this, and people were fighting over, you know, like the getting a loan to keep their private industry business open. But the national businesses, the national chains that
They got big bailouts too.
yeah, they got the bailout before the small store did.
Why do you think that is, Davey?
Why do I think that is? Because they have the lobbyists, dude.
Okay. So you've just seen in the No Idea Zone a miraculous thing as we count down to a couple minutes left, where a very far left-wing guy like me and a conservative friend like my buddy Davey really don't see the world that much differently after all. That's pretty cool, actually. We can definitely agree on that, and it gives me a happiness and a positive feeling. So I have to wrap. I have to wrap this up because we're going to get cut off, and it wouldn't be right to you to cut you off like that. But I want to ask you where people can find you, Davey Wester. Where can people find you if they want to know about you more?
Davey Wester Instagram, DaveyWester.com, Davey Wester YouTube. It's pretty much everything is DaveyWester.com. My YouTube's up there. My everything's up there. My Instagram, my Facebook, all that stuff. And I put a YouTube video up like every week, once a week, to give you inspirational thoughts or non-inspirational thoughts. I don't know.
And as serious as Davey is, he is one of the funniest, realest people. He would not be on my show if he wasn't one of the funniest, realest. Old friends. We'll have to do it again because we have some stories between the two of us of our early days in LA together that would be great.
You rip me off with a stripper next time, all right?
That's one of many. And what was the name of the place in Culver City next to the Baldwin Motel that we used to go? Bino's place.
Marv's.
Marv's?
Merv's or whatever.
Merv's. All right. Yeah, they had that was the good old days, the glory days of our early comedy in LA. Even before Davey was a regular at the Comedy Store, I think. Anyway, look for this guy in your town on the road. And this has been another episode of the No Idea Zone. I'm glad we had our time. We'll get our other guest on some other time, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.
All right, we're done, man. You did good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't really know what we were going to talk about, but whatever.
It's the No Idea Zone. It's supposed to be like that. I love you, man. Thank you for doing this. And
no problem. Sorry,
I'll send you some cool promo, really cool promo for social media, okay?
All right, sounds good, man. And thank your producer and all that stuff, man. Thank you for having me on, man. All right,
My
be
pleasure.
safe. Be safe
you too,
out there.
man. God bless you, brother, and we'll talk on the phone soon, okay?
All right, God bless you, man. Peace, bro.
All right, man. See you.